begins really when I write the music, and how I involve other people is when they listen to the music, and then they go away and they start to conjure up imagery to go with the music.
We talked about shooting at exterior and in flights and at night, and trying to create something a little bit magical by lighting at night and moving lights and things like that. And then I vanished off on holiday. I didn't come back for 4 or 5 weeks, and in the meantime the weather had got the better of us, and it was decided that we should move it indoors and construct the whole thing as sets. And fortunately for us, Rob came up with this idea of Maxfield Parrish and using his paintings as references to the film.
Certain Maxfield Parrish pictures came to mind, and with researching that we came across a couple of fairy tale books from, I think, 1902 with illustrations in them, and we used some of these illustrations as the basis for all of the sets that we have in the video, and the idea sort of came from lots of people talking through how we could link these up to the musical interludes of the song.
Quiet everywhere. We'll play back. Turn over camera.
There's so much work done as far as the painting and the glasswork and everything like this, so it's so fascinating to watch it all come to life.
We'd established a sort of super wide of the thing, and the little boy in relation to the Bakers and in relation to the size of the screen was too small, and it just didn't feel like to me that we were telling the story. So I really needed to move in and find a wide shot with a boy with slightly larger scale so we could capture all his action. I asked him to zoom in, and of course the relation between the camera and the glass and the action all goes out the window, so Tony had to repaint in the stats and bring the foliage back into the set, which he did brilliantly again. It was very, very correct.
I suppose the painting of the chocolate factory really is the most challenging and the most obvious one to put on glass, because you can never build it. I mean, it would take a sort of 100-foot high studio and 20,000, 40,000 pounds just to create the steps alone. Tony Common has been a tower strength throughout the whole thing. I mean, he came in and he's been calm, and when we kind of panicked, he said, no, we can do that, we can achieve that. Glass painting is really just placing a piece of glass in front of the camera and painting through the camera and extending the painting to elaborate the sets, to glorify them. And so there's no limitations at all really on what you can put into a studio. The most difficult thing about glass mats is matching the realism to the painting, but you need a good lighting cameraman to help you really there.
Oliver has been an absolute joy. I don't think I've ever come across a 9-year-old child with that depth of concentration. We're halfway through the second day now, and the first day he concentrated for hours and hours and hours. And he took direction brilliantly, and once we got to know each other, we had to set up a relationship from very early in the morning. And once that was done, we were fine, and we were a team, and he responded very well indeed.
I auditioned for it first, and so when I came out, I said to myself, I'm not going to get this. But in that sphere or remainder, I don't know her name. She phoned up and said that I had got it, and I was so surprised.
Oliver was great. He had an amazing attention span. He could concentrate on things for a great period of time. And once you'd given him his 2, 3, 4 pieces of action throughout the shot, he would just keep repeating them again and again.
I'm a sort of a normal boy, and then someone calls out my name, and then I just climb up this ladder into this sort of fantasy world that I go into.